Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist 1, 2, and all in between. This is for the absolute, positive, good God and truth of your lives, only crossing bigger and better infinitely forever. I can't state it enough. The state of one more positive than all negativity is the only light, joy, warmth, good God or truth, holy with spirit, all will ever know or be. It's the only state that all in body of Adam matter evolved is stated good to the truth of God of their shape, form, and mass, absolutely crossing bigger and better than all negativity. With the buildings, trees, you, me, everybody of everything, creation applied one to the here and now existence of all God, truth, reality check. And it's the only state that all prayers are answered in, all miracles happen in, all dreams come true in, and it's the only heavenly abode in paradise you will ever know or be in. God is the good of all. The only God you will ever know, good as the truth of your shape, form, and mass, is only stated one more positive than all negativity. As a child of God, you are only here and now, created one more positive than all negativity that would not have you here and now. And if you only cross one more positive than all negativity when you feel all, that will be the good God and truth of you here and now, only crossing infinitely bigger and better, because you can't suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, or die of being more positive than negative. It's the substance, durability, and solidness. It is the value and volume of all shape, form, and mass of Adam matter evolved, only crossing to an absolute bigger, better here and now of reality check. When you plug a plug into the wall, the positive has to outweigh anything negative about that plug, or you could possibly burn your house down, or you wouldn't have enough energy for it to sustain. But as long as that male positive energy outweighs anything female negative about that plug, right, there is zero chance you can burn your house down, or you won't have enough energy to sustain. And it's the same with your body. Every time you feel any and all negativity, only preset yourself to cross one more positive than negative always. It's the only good God and truth of your reality check, only crossing to an absolute bigger, better here and now of you, to reality check. And it's the only Christ crossing, Christ-like way you will ever know or be, only to, again, an absolute bigger, better here and now of your reality check, alive and well. Jesus didn't die on the cross for the hallucination of your faith. He set the example that never dies. He was one more positive than all faithful negativity with his life. And he was good. That was the truth. He was not the faith of you. He was the good God and truth of you, the absolute bigger, better than all faithful negativity. I'll explain. And when they put him on the cross, right, the thief believed the good God and truth of Jesus and only bonded with him the only way he could, good as truth, only one more positive than all negativity. To cross one more positive than negative always is the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as truth, only to an absolute bigger, better here and now of your reality check. And the thief understood, and that's why Jesus said, you'll be in paradise with me. And he's the one who rolled back the tomb, let Jesus out alive and well, right? Mary seen, shining more positive than negative, kissed him and called him an angel. And he sent her on her way to the direction of Jesus. And this is how this story went. And that fool of faith, who was negatively deficient to the good God and truth of Jesus, just like all them other fools of faith that stuck Jesus and the thief and that fool on the cross to one nothing, just infinitely negative of them here and now, forevermore. If the sun doesn't shine more protonic than anything negatively neutronic about the earth, no life as we know it to the reality check of mankind can exist. If you don't shine more positive and protonic than anything negatively neutronic about you, your life as you know it can't keep existing. all things creation of existence is made of atom matter evolved. And I don't care if it's one atom or it's a mountain of atoms, like I've said in other videos. If this atom matter evolved is stated more positive than anything negative about it, it's stated good as truth and cannot be destroyed to the reality check of its shape, form, and mass being expressed here and now. And it's the same with you. It's the same with the buildings, trees, you, me, every body of everything. Creation applied one to the here and now existence of all reality check. To cross one more positive than negative, again, is the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as truth. And it only destroys the negative to 1-0. It cancels it out of your life to 1-0 of you more positive and good, bigger and better, absolutely, than that negative way. Inside all atom matter evolved is protons and neutrons, and on outside of the atom matter is electrons. Well, all matter puts off its own energy, and depending on your polarity is depending on if you absorb this energy more positive to the good truth of your shape, form, and mass, or more negative to the good truth of your shape, form, and mass. And again, inside the atoms of all creation of existence is protons and neutrons. The protons are 2 up quarks of energy and 1 down quark of energy. And the neutrons are 2 down quarks of energy and 1 up quark of energy. And they're totally opposite polarities. And the neutron is never neutral. It's always negatively deficient of a proton, and it's the soul and the matter of you. And without it being stabilized more protonic always, right? To keep you good as truth and the negative nothing to the reality check of your shape, form, and mass, you're always in a constant state of radioactive decay and disintegration, faithfully a bad, evil, sinful way. The only way you can cross negative with negativity is through faith, because all else is only crossing more protonic always. Now, all faith has positive variables, but no faith only teaches you to only cross all things negative back one more positive, be good as truth, when it's unevolved articulation of a bad, evil, sinful way. And if you don't know this, right, you can never be absolutely positively good as truth. In reality, you're always just negative of it with the faith of you. And if any faith was only more positive and good as truth, bigger and better than all negativity, that's all any of us would be for the faith of us. But it's not. And in reality, since Adam, right, all faith is just negatively deficient of keeping all of us one more positive to keep us good as truth. And every time you crisscross with faith, right, it's a snake on the matter of you. It's a snake on the neutron of you of negative energy. And just like on the outside of an atom, when a neutron isn't overwhelmed more positive always, it's always in a state of radioactive decay and disintegration, either by itself or in a neutron star. And in a neutron star, it pulsates erratically with this negative energy, not being more protonic, because no neutrons can stabilize their own energy. They're all negatively deficient of protons, okay? And in reality, right, eventually it collapses into a black hole abyss. Its matter can't sustain this negative charge to it, and it collapses into a black hole abyss, just infinitely negative of it here and now. And this is what you do with your body when you crisscross with faith, instead of always more positive and protonic, good as the truth of God of your shape, form, and mass. It's a snake of energy on the neutrons of you, and it causes you to cross negative with negativity. And to cross negative with negativity is the incarnate he shafting devil of all people, places, and things, stating that things cross bad, evil, and sinful, right? And over a volume of time and extremes, it's the only death and decay of you by choice, right? To the reality of an unevolved choice, to the 1-0 of your shape, form, or mass being expressed here and now. And you collapse into a black hole abyss from life to death, infinitely just negative of you here and now forevermore. And if you don't know this, right, from birth to death, you're always in a bad, evil, sinful way with this faithful articulation of you, okay? And in the beginning, right, the earth used to be a true sister reflection of the one God, the Son of God, of Allah, of all for everlasting peace I am, right? the absolute good God and truth of the Christ-crossing Adamas man of all I am. And at every point there was a pyramid on earth, right? There was a God king, and the earth shined holy, one more positive, with these pyramids all overall than any negatively neutronic matter about it, because it was one with God, good as truth, more positive and negative. That was the true sister reflection of it, with the pyramids all over. And these God kings, right, they reigned for thousands and thousands of years, and Adam of the Bible was their God and their king, but 1/3 of them rebelled, and he shafted the earth. They Shiva shafted the earth with the snake god devil, and manifested in the garden through the samual, negative samuel spirit of him. He manifested as Yahweh and Yaldabaoth, and he manifests as any god, right, that will have you do your fellow man, right, negative with negativity through intent. There is no necessary evils, okay? Meaning, if your leadership states that things cross bad, evil, and sinful, and then you create victims, crooks, prisons, jails, wars, right, the conflicts, convicts of us, right, without bringing these things and these people and these places back to a more positive and enlightened state, because it's the only way you can destroy any negativity. All else is negative with the negativity, right? You are neglecting your duty as governance, prosecutions, judges, whoever it is that you are, that's an overseer of the reality check of the children of God, the reality check of all mankind. And everywhere on the planet, right, it's not stated more positive than negative by mankind. It's only faithfully negative of it, man, to the good truth of everybody or everything going through it. It's the bad, evil, sinful way of the faith of blind leading blind fools. And in reality check, right, when Adam, when the earth was he shafted by Shiva, 1/3 of the God kings, which are just fallen angels, right, they manifested in a garden, okay? And Adam came to himself, and he had a form of amnesia. He could not get his bearings on reality. He was eons and eons old, and Shiva had presented Eve to him, and she was at his rib, at his side, and all he could see was how beautiful she was and how the rest of the world was in such a state he couldn't get his mind on. But he knew he was created good, never to be destroyed, never to die, right? Good as truth, of the God truth reality check of him, but he just couldn't get his bearings on reality. So he took on the faith of Eve, right? When he took on this fruit of faith, right, not only was the earth he shafted by a snake god devil, because it lost the articulation of being one more positive protonic than anything negatively neutronic about it, with the Shiva shafting faith of the fallen angels and Shiva, right? But this also happened to Adam. He took on this articulation, not knowing the absolute bigger and better of who he was, why it mattered to stay good as truth. And for 930 years, right, he cursed himself, and he cursed all mankind, right, to the reality check of faith. No good is truth. Like I said, all faith has positive variables, but if it doesn't always cross you more protonic, the only way you can stay more positive than negative, right, to keep your life and your matter good as truth, right, the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as truth, it's no good as truth. And in reality check, right, all these gods that was manifested through this Shiva shafting the world, these gods of faith, of the faith of you, are no good as truth, because around the world, through God and country, you state that it's okay, right, to conquer your fellow man. It's okay to enslave and cage your fellow man. It's okay in some sort of bizarro way to kill you and war out with your fellow man. But I'm going to tell you something. We're all children of God. Like I said, God is the good of all mankind, right? And any God that you can think of better be more positive than negative. as the good God and truth of them, because if not, they're just a snake devil, man. You hear me? On your life and on your reality. They are the bad, evil, sinful way of your articulation. And all these gods around the world are stated through your faith that way. And in reality, they're no good as true for you. And you are a child of God. You're only here as a miracle of life. One more positive than all negativity that would not have you here and now. Okay? Good as the truth of God, of a child of God. And all creation of existence of you is a miracle of you, because it's only here one more positive, good as the good truth of God of it, bigger and better than all negativity, so you can exist here and now. So your life can only be bigger and better for it. But when you take on faith, you snake your matter, just like Adam snaked his matter, just like Eve snaked her matter, and that's how Shiva shafted the world. He snaked the world. And like I said, in reality check, when you do that, right, it's the suffering, death, evil, sinful, bad way articulation of all faith, because all else is only crossing more positive than that, with the good of God of them as truth, Christ-like, only to an absolute bigger, better here and now of their reality check. And again, where two or more atoms cross and bond, one more positive than negative, right? They make the good God and truth of every shape, form, and mass you can think of, not to exclude every dimension of time and space you can think of, and every shape, form, and mass of the God of Allah, of all, for everlasting peace I am, the absolute good truth of the articulation of the life of Jesus Christ, of all I am. Only one more positive, good as the truth of God, of the Adamas man evolved with the thieving Holy Spirit out of all mankind's negativity to one neutral nothing. I absolutely positively am the Father of all mankind, who only believed to only do more positive, to be good as truth, to be the bigger and better of all negativity, the Son of God of all mankind, who believed in the Christ crossing good God and truth of the life of Jesus Christ, of all I am, and the thieving Holy Spirit that could steal everything that's ever tried to destroy you in a bad, evil, sinful way, right? To one neutral nothing, I absolutely positively am. Listen to me, you cannot suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, or die. I'm only stating more positive than negative always. It's the good God and truth of your life, only crossing to an absolute bigger, better of it. All else is a negative snake of your faith. And in reality check, it's always got you in a state of decay and disintegration, waiting to come up missing out of reality, raptured up out of reality, for one nothing to the good truth of your shape, form, mass as a child of God here and now. Listen, I have children. If I don't keep a good home, and I don't keep good food for my children, and a proper education, I'm neglecting them. When your overseers don't make sure over all else that these things are provided for you, and they spare no expense to only make your life more positive than negative, instead of victims, crooks with prisons, jails, wars, the conflicts, convicts of you, they aren't articulating the God, good as truth of you, and they're articulating the devil of you always. And in reality check, they can't get around it. And it's a sad shame, because listen to me, man. We weren't created with superiors, man. We were created to be equal to one another. Only one more positive than negative always, to the good God and truth of our shape, form, and mass. Only helping each other to be bigger and better men and women and children of God forever. You hear me? And again, the state of one more positive than negative is the only light, joy, warmth, good God or truth, holy with spirit, all will ever know or be. It's the only state that all in body of atom matter evolved to state it good to the truth of God, of their shape, form, and mass, only crossing to an absolute bigger, better here and now of reality check. With the buildings, trees, you, me, every body of everything, creation applied one to the here and now existence of all God, truth, reality check. And with that, that is God, truth, the reality check from the fool, thief, man, God, king, Adam, man, first evolved, the triple mill of all I am. Peace.